Revenge films.
I live alone with my husband, but my mother-in-law lived 2 doors down the street. A while ago, we had given her the spare key when we needed her help with something in the house, but she hasn't given it back since, and that was causing me a lot of trouble. The reason it was troubling me was because while I was out of the house at work, my mother-in-law would sneak into the house and steal my things. At first, it was small, and she would say she ran out of cooking condiments, so she came over to borrow them. But that must have given her taste, and she started to take more and more things. Now she takes my makeup and electronics, as well as our rice, our groceries, and expensive meats that were in the fridge. It bothers me that she takes our food, but the makeup and electronics were something else. I told my husband multiple times, "Hey, your mom took our rice again, and the meat that I just bought the other day at the supermarket is gone too. Please, can you just talk to her? She can't just take it without saying anything."
It's just rice or meat. You can go buy that again. Stop being so stingy.
Stingy? But we have our budget too, you know? And I'm going all the way to the supermarket to get it for cheaper. What's the point of that if she's going to take it all anyway?
It's not like a random stranger is taking it. You don't need to be that angry about it.
Okay, then let's leave the food aside. What about my makeups and the electronics?
She's obviously just borrowing it. It'll come back soon.
I'm saying this because she hasn't returned any of it. No matter how much I talk to my husband about it, especially since his mother was living alone, he would 100% take her side. This was our situation, but because his mother would take everything and I would have to go repurchase it all, our expenses and my efforts were multiplied. Look, we're really tight this month, so you need to keep the gift money for your colleague's wedding to a minimum.
Excuse me? Of course I can't do that. I'm going to stuff it full, obviously. My reputation would be on the line.
Then take half of it out of your own allowance, please.
Are you kidding me? I'm working my butt off day and night. Why should my allowance have to be taken away? You're the one that doesn't know how to budget.
The reason I can't budget is because your mom was stealing all of her things. That's not my fault.
Well, don't make it my mom's fault either. You're the worst. Blaming other people for your own faults.
Why is that your conclusion? This is all because you won't be firm with your mom. In that case, then have her return the spare key. Then she won't be able to take anything.
Obviously, I can't say that. My mom is our family. Are you telling me you're going to deny your own family? You're truly the worst kind of person.
The more I talked to him about it, my husband would trash talk me and defend his mom. I had no other choice, so I decided to go talk to her myself. I'm very sorry to bother you, but can you please stop taking things from our house? Huh? What are you talking about? What am I talking about? You've been taking all kinds of things out of our own house. Because of that, our expenses have multiplied. That's because you can't budget properly for your own household, isn't it? Why are you blaming someone else for that? Or are you telling me you have some sort of proof that it's me? Well, that's... My goodness, you're blaming other people for your own shortcomings. You're truly the worst wife. More importantly, why don't you learn a thing or two from me? I've been saving every day, so I'm going on a day trip vacation next week, you know? Why don't you work hard so that you can save up like that too, Although, well, for someone like you who can't manage their own money, it's probably impossible anyway. My blood was boiling, but I didn't have any proof, so there was nothing I could do. But I didn't have the money to put security cameras around the house, and yet nothing was going to come of talking to my husband about it. And even if I bought new makeup or electronics, my mother-in-law would steal them anyway, so there was no point. Not only that, but I was starting to feel less and less for my husband who refused to take my side. That was when I decided to move all of my belongings out to my parents' house, along with all of our expensive electronics, and remove them from our house. The only things left were my husband's personal belongings. He just so happened to be on a 3-day business trip, so I was able to move everything out smoothly. Of course, my parents were shocked at first that I came home so suddenly with so many things. But when I told them what my husband and mother-in-law had said, they were furious.
There's no chance you're going back to a house like that. Get a divorce.
He's right, and she's definitely used the stolen things to make money, and that's what she's using to go on that vacation. I bet she sold them at a thrift store or a secondhand website. You need to make sure she pays you back for that. I know, that's exactly what I'm planning on doing. When my husband finally got back from his business trip, just as I expected, I got a phone call from him.
Hey, what the hell is this room? It's almost like we moved out or something. And what did you do with all of my things?
It's not like we moved out. I did actually move out, back to my parents' place.
What? But why?
Because I realized that I can't continue living with or being married to someone like you, who's always siding with your mother even when she's clearly wrong. Also, I'm pretty sure I left all of your things. I haven't touched anything that wasn't mine.
You liar! My golf set, and all of the special edition action figures I was collecting, and my camera? Not one thing is here!
Well then, your mom must have taken those, no?
There's no way that's true!
Well then, why don't you ask her directly? I took everything out of that house that belonged to me and that I needed, so I only left your belongings there. I'm sure she found the expensive-looking things from there and took them, don't you think?
You're lying!
I'm not lying. How many times did I tell you up until now that your mother has been coming in and stealing her things and that was troublesome? I also asked multiple times to get her spare key returned, but you're the one that refused to listen.
Hey, do you have any idea how much that camera and those action figures cost? How much money I spent on those things?
That's none of my business. You're the one that couldn't blame your sweet mom, so only have yourself to blame. Are you sure you're okay? I'm sure while you're talking to me about it, your mom is selling those things as we speak. She was saying she wants to go on a 4-day vacation next too. Then my husband immediately hung up. Apparently he ran straight to his mom's house. But since she had no clue about the value of the camera or the action figures, she had sold them for a somewhat decent price immediately and wouldn't be able to get them back. Despite how many times I repeatedly told him, he always ignored me. But as soon as his collectibles were sold, my husband lost his mind.
What the hell are you thinking? How dare you put your hands on other people's things and sell them?
After screaming at his mother, I got a phone call.
That was my bad. I won't let my mom into our house ever again, so come back, please! It can be you and me on our own again.
Excuse me? Are you joking? You think I went through all of this trouble to move my stuff just to make you have a realization? As if. I moved everything out because I'm divorcing you. I'm done with you.
Wait, please! I don't earn enough salary alone, and I really do regret what I said before. So I know we can start over.
You're the only one who thinks that. Plus, with your salary alone, you wouldn't be able to collect those figures even if you wanted to, and that's why you're relying on me. But that's over. Oh, and by the way, as for everything that your mom sold off, I'm going to hire a lawyer and will be suing you both to pay it back in the form of a settlement fee.
No way!
After that, my lawyer got in between us as I successfully got a divorce from my husband. When my husband realized that his mother had taken his things, that became proof that his mother had been stealing from her house and selling my things. So I was able to sue her for the cost of damages.
I went out of my way to take care of the trash in your house. Why should I have to pay for anything?
She threw a tantrum, but I won without a doubt in court, and she was forced to pay me back out of her small pension. On top of that, the rumors about this incident spread through the neighborhood, and she was isolated from everyone as I stayed away from her. As for my husband, I also sued him for the emotional torment that he caused. Because of his own mother, he lost his collectible and his wife and had to pay a settlement fee. And I heard he finally cut off all ties with his mom. But that's none of my business anymore. Up until now, he was able to fill in the blanks for his allowance and the household thanks to my salary. But now that was gone, I heard he had to move into a rundown apartment and is living poorly. He got what he deserved.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.